Hey traders, I hope you guys are well. Trading safe. We've got CRO on the chart right now, so we're going to take a look at that, keep it pretty short. Also going to look at Anchor, Link, Ethereum, a few other ones coming in probably over the next few days. If you guys have any altcoins you want me to look at, please don't send me anything that's too speculative that has only like 2 weeks of history because I can't do anything with that, but I can definitely help you out on other ones. These are going to be only analysis based on charts. I generally don't know or care what the product does or what the project does, excuse me, and that's not because I don't care about the success of the market. I only care about getting good entries on these coins and trading them. That's all I care about is can they make me money, and that's it. So that's where my analysis comes from, guys. So don't be offended. But CRO, it has hit our box. If you watched the last update on CRO, this was the box we were talking about, and you can see that it'll try to range in here. So what you're looking at right now is looking for it to find acceptance in here and hold this box. And the reason you want to hold it is you want to see it basically put in a consolidation below resistance here. And if you can get above this level and break out of it, we can try to challenge this range, coming in right around 15 cents, give or take. These are really old levels and old ranges that I've had on my chart since I was covering CRO earlier in the year. I just haven't really changed it much. If you do proper analysis, guys, you don't really have to change your charts much. You can literally come back to it and look at it almost anytime you want. So yeah, I mean, not much has changed on CRO. It's making the move up. We've come down, we've retested the weekly and the point of control. It does need to get outside of this range though. Otherwise, if it's going to come up here and back test the range highs, you could run into a scenario where it does, this obviously probably coincides with the Bitcoin move down too. But you could come back down to this weekly right here, okay? Or maybe you put in like a partial decline so that you could form some form of inverse head and shoulders, whatever it may be. I wouldn't be too eager to buy in here until I've seen quite a bit of price action and it looks bullish. Like this does not look bullish right here. This is a descending triangle, okay? And it did break down. Now we're coming back up, testing into the triangle after it's fulfilled its target and retesting resistance. So generally, I would be more apt to think that this is good price action. It would still be a formal higher low, as you can see. It's just taking time, guys. These things do take time. This coin doesn't have a ton of history. It's only going back to July of 2020, but it is now coming up on its 1 year of history. And so it is trying to put in one of its structural lows here and maybe potentially putting in a higher low here. And then you've got this high. I'm not using the wicks on this one because the wicks got some outlier data. You've got some serious wickage on this coin. There's some real supply coming in at the highs here. Probably people that are trapped in their positions, so they're really eager to get out. Very large accounts. I imagine a lot of people are holding a lot of CRO. I think they had like a staking system or something, so I'd imagine that's what you're seeing from a seller standpoint. But yeah, coming in, you can see you've got your oscillation here, and technically this is a slightly higher high as far as structure goes, but the overall wick wise, no, it's definitely a lower high. But if you can put in the higher low here and then over time, work that out where you are doing something like this, and putting in the higher low, maybe you come in, make a higher high, and then what you want to see is it come down and do something like this. And over time, you can go up in price, and so it is one of those things where it's pretty early on. It's hard to really give a really good determination on how this project is going to fare in the future, but it seems like it's got a pretty good following, and I know they have a platform, and it's one that I see getting talked about more and more, so it is something that I plan to cover, and as we get more information trading-wise on it, guys, I'll have more interesting updates on it. So as of right now, what you're looking for is exactly what I showed you. You want to see CRO hold this as a low, so it looks like a higher low here, and try to really just oscillate up through this prior range and put in a slightly higher high. Hopefully get over that 30-cent box that we ran into before, and if it can, we can start talking about like 40 cents, things like that, and going forward. Now, as far as like all-time high projections, people will ask me what I think CRO will be at in a year. I have no idea, guys. That is something that's going to really depend on overall markets, in my opinion, because if something happens and Bitcoin dumps and hits some of these lower targets, I mean, these altcoins are going to get absolutely crushed. If you truly believe in the project, you can look at it as a buying opportunity. But if that ever happened, guys, you'd probably be seeing CRO back down here at like the 5 cent level, maybe lower. So that's if Bitcoin like had had a capitulation event where it hit like its production cost, because the Bitcoin production cost right now is like $13,000. It's dipping because of the China move and all the equipment that's going out. The hash rate just had its highest dip all time at like 28% over the last 2 weeks. It's never done that before. It's definitely not bullish. It's definitely not a bullish thing that's happening there. But again, that's just one indicator, and we don't only trade one thing. So what we are doing right now is trading price action. We're watching this box eagerly and seeing if it can, put in some consolidation here under resistance, hold a higher low, and then attempt to get back up into this region and put in a higher high so the trend can continue up over time. So hopefully this was helpful. It's really just kind of a basic overview, guys. There's not much to talk about. Covering CRO daily isn't something that I'm too interested in, but I will definitely try to cover it, like once a week, once every few days, along with other projects and Bitcoin. And hopefully, if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask me down below, or just recommendations on other coins that you'd like to see covered that you guys like. Follow me on TikTok. It's linked to my YouTube. I think you guys would really like it. It's 3-minute videos of me doing some pretty hardcore TA. A lot of it's Bitcoin based, but I will start sprinkling in altcoins as well. So I will catch you guys in the next video.